Ken Whiting with PaddleTV, giving away some more PaddleTV awards to exceptional watercraft. In this case, canoes and kayaks. Having tested a ton of both over the past 4 years, what I've learned is that there aren't that many crappy canoes and kayaks out there. The biggest question is, what's the right one for you? And what kind of value does it give? Bang for the buck. Now, the same thing happened this year. I tested a whole bunch of canoes and kayaks, and for the most part, I really liked all of them. But there's some that really stood out as being particularly awesome. And so I'm giving these awards to recognize that awesomeness. Now, the first PaddleTV award goes to not a new kayak, a kayak that's been around for a few years. I tried it for the first time this year. It's the Sea Eagle 330, and it gets an award for being pretty much the best gateway kayak that I tested this year. What's a gateway kayak? A gateway kayak is a kayak that gets people into the sport, that allows them to affordably try kayaking and discover if it's something that they want to continue with. And what makes a good gateway kayak? Well, of course, affordability, but also it has to give a reasonable paddle. It has to have reasonable paddling performance. It has to give a good paddling experience. Otherwise, if you're not having fun trying a kayak or kayaking, then they're not going to continue with it. But also, as a gateway kayak, it's a kayak that a lot of people, if they do get hooked on kayaking and they want to do more of it, they probably will upgrade to a different kayak. I tested side by side this year two of the most popular gateway kayaks that are, cheapest kayaks, the Sea Eagle 330 and the Intex Explorer K2. Intex Explorer is wildly popular on Amazon, and after comparing the two of them, I discovered that hands down the Sea Eagle 330 was a much better kayak and provided much better value. It's about $75 more at $240, but comes with a 3-year warranty instead of a 90-day warranty. It's just better quality in every way. Even the pump and the paddle that comes with it is higher quality and is going to last longer. And it provides a better paddling experience. So, for me, it was an easy decision when recommending kayaks. Hey, spend the extra money, go for the Sea Eagle 330 instead of the Intex Explorer K2. That's not why I'm giving it the award. The reason I'm giving it the award because, you know what, for $240, wow, unbelievable value. It's a solid gateway kayak. Now, the next award goes to a kayak that is pretty much on the other end of the spectrum, the P&H Sea Kayaks Volan, and it's getting my award for being, well, the most luxurious kayak that I've tested. I could probably say the most luxurious kayak that I've ever tested, not just this year. The P&H Volan is a high-performance touring kayak that's designed to deal with any type of water, from flat water covering distances to rough conditions and ocean surf and pretty much anything in between. It's a 16-foot long sea kayak that's 23 inches wide, and it's a composite sea kayak made from your choice, but a mix of carbon and Kevlar. It clocks in at $4,500 to $6,000 US, which is a chunk of change, but this is a lifetime kayak. And it's a beautiful lifetime kayak. This is something you invest in and you expect to keep for your lifetime. And if you treat it well, it will last a lifetime. If you have that kind of money to spend on a kayak, it is a beautiful thing and well deserving of a PaddleTV award. So now, swapping back to the other end of the spectrum once again, here's an award I'm giving for the best recreational kayak that I tested this year, and it goes to the Perception Hangtime 11. And the reason I'm giving this kayak the award is for innovation. And like every kayak I'm going to mention here, it's not for everybody. This is a kayak that's designed, well, as the name suggests, for hanging out versus paddling hard. It's not a fast kayak. This isn't a kayak you get to cover distances. This is a kayak you get to get out on the water with friends and family, enjoy that time on the water, relax, kick back. And that's exactly what you can do because it has, unlike any other kayak I've ever seen, an integrated lounge chair in the stern of the kayak. You can use even when you're on the water because it's such a big, stable kayak, but when you get to your destination, that beach, the shoreline, whatever, you have this beautiful lounge chair with a headrest, cup holders. I mean, there's cup holders all over this kayak. It's a, you know, when you think recreational kayak, well, this fits the bill. A boat that people can unwind on. And so that's why it's getting a PaddleTV Award. And for under $1,000, $950 US, it's not a bad deal. The next award goes to the Melker Rodloga. Now, this is one of the most beautiful kayaks that I've ever seen and that most people will see. It's a head turner. And that's one of the reasons it gets the PaddleTV Award, because it's a beautiful boat. But that's not the only reason. The other reason is because it's a beautiful boat to paddle. And Melker's mission with all their kayaks is to change the industry and manufacture kayaks in a more sustainable, environmentally friendly way. The Rodloga, the Ulvan, the kayaks are a big step towards that. Instead of using carbon and Kevlar, like a lot of composite kayaks do, most composite kayaks do, or fiberglass, it uses a locally sourced flax weave in it, which is truly innovative. They're also doing really cool things with prototyping, using recycled boats and even recycled old fishing nets to create prototypes for these boats. So definitely worthy of a PaddleTV Award for its sheer beauty, its paddling performance, and the steps it's taking towards sustainability in the industry. The next PaddleTV Award goes to a whitewater kayak, more specifically the Pyranha Scorch X. Now, this was one of the most unique paddling experiences that I've had in a whitewater kayak in a long time. I think it's fair to say it's the driest riding creek boat that I've ever paddled. Incredible comfort, incredible speed, incredible boofability, and secondary stability that rivals any other kayak. It really is a fun and confidence-inspiring kayak. Now, what separates it from the other creek boats of its class is the fact that it's a bit longer. At 10 feet, it has incredible rocker on it, and that gives it speed, but a high ability to boof and stay on top of the water. Super fun boat, well deserving of a PaddleTV Award. Next award goes to Delta Kayaks and their 15.5 GT touring kayak. And the reason it's getting an award is because it's a really great cruiser kayak. When I say cruiser kayak, what I mean is it provides a great combination of performance, but also stability. It's not gonna be the fastest kayak, it's not gonna be the most stable kayak, but it's a great middle of the road kayak, touring kayak. And it's a really nice quality built kayak too. It's 15.5 feet long, 24 inches wide, and it comes in at around $2,300 US, which is more than a rotomolded plastic kayak, but less than most composite kayaks, because it's a thermoformed kayak, which means it's a plastic kayak that is much stiffer than typical rotomolded kayaks and lighter too. 15.5 feet long, only 49 pounds. So it is nice and easy to move around. Well made, performs great, confidence inspiring, well deserving of a PaddleTV Award. The next award goes to, well, another Sea Eagle inflatable, but a very different Sea Eagle inflatable, the Sea Eagle inflatable travel canoe. A canoe that's inflatable. When I first heard that, I wasn't expecting it to actually feel or be like a canoe whatsoever, but I was wrong. The travel canoe truly looks and acts like a canoe, and in fact, it has some real benefits over traditional canoes. It's 16 feet long, it's 38 inches wide, and it retails for around $1,800 US, which is similar to canoes in its class. Now, what makes the travel canoe so special, aside from the fact that it's a full-size canoe that's inflatable, that fits in the back of any car, is the fact that it's the most stable canoe I've ever been in. It provides rock solid stability, more than most canoers will ever experience. You can take it on any canoe trip that you would take another canoe on. And the fact that it's inflatable doesn't just make it portable, doesn't make it, hey, I could put this in the back of my vehicle and store this in my apartment. It also means that if you capsize, the canoe, if it's swamped, well, it's still filled with air. it's going to float, unlike a normal canoe. Truly impressed with the travel canoe by Sea Eagle and well deserving of a PaddleTV Award. Now the last PaddleTV Award goes to a boat that I actually reviewed 3 years ago. It was in fact, or 3 or 4 years ago, it was the first boat review that I ever did. And I really liked it then. I just took it out for another trip and I remember why I really like it. It's the Swift Cruiser 14.8 pack boat. This is a canoe kayak hybrid boat. It has the benefits of a canoe, a big open boat with tons of space for storage, for putting big packs, but it also has a kayak seat in it and foot pegs, so you paddle it like a kayak. And the idea there is that for solo tripping, you get the benefits of a kayak and the benefits of a canoe. It is an absolutely treat to paddle in the right circumstances for solo tripping. It's hard to find a better boat. Not for all tripping. If you're in exposed waters that's going to deal with could deal with rough conditions, and you don't have to do portages or portages, then yeah, it's probably not the best boat. For classic canoe trips, multi-day lake-to-lake trips or river trips that have portages, the pack boat, the Cruiser 14.8, is truly a dream. Well, it's not a cheap boat. It clocks in around $3,500 to $4,500 US dollars, but it also weighs between 24 to 30 pounds. Which is truly remarkable, especially when you're lugging a boat across a long portage. Loved paddling it, definitely worthy of a PaddleTV Award. So there you have it. Those are my PaddleTV Award winners for this year. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. And to restate something I said at the beginning, these awards I'm giving are based on the boats that I tested this year. I didn't test every boat. There are boats out there, new boats and old boats, that I haven't given awards to that are deserving of awards, and I can't wait to test them. In fact, I would love to hear about the boats that you think are deserving of PaddleTV Awards. Please leave a comment down below. Let me know what boats I should be trying out and that you think are deserving of an award. And otherwise, if you have any questions, you know where to leave those questions down below, and we'll see you again soon for another paddling tip, paddling gear review, or paddling adventure. And don't forget to subscribe to PaddleTV if you haven't already, because we got lots more videos coming your way.